Alright, so this is my first late night run, and I'm taking inspiration from T Talks because when things are in my mind at a certain time, it needs to be said regardless of the time. So check out his videos because all he speaks is facts. Back to what I'm saying. Common sense at the boardroom level at top football clubs, it doesn't exist. Tottenham have a real possibility of getting relegated this season. Given the games that they have remaining, Wolves away, Chelsea away, Liverpool away, Sunderland away, other games, it's a real possibility they may get relegated. Cool. In January, they signed Conor Gallagher for 40 million and they made him the club's highest paid player on 200k a week. Rather than strengthening in areas that they actually need strengthening in, they decided to get another Palhinha, a dynamically terrible version of Palhinha. Rather than getting a ball-playing midfielder or a winger or somebody in the defense who is more assured and who's trusted, they bought Conor Gallagher and a teenager from Brazil. Now, when Conor Gallagher isn't working out, they're surprised. Why are you surprised? Innately, you can know when a player is good or not. Conor Gallagher was never a good football player. He runs around, he shows energy, fight, passion, desire, all the buzzwords that people love to use in football. But when it actually comes to football ability, he didn't have that. Alejandro Garnacho, people are saying he might get shipped out in the summer because he's disappointed whenever he played. It didn't have to take Alejandro Garnacho coming to Chelsea for you to see that innately he's not a good football player. I'm going to give you a club who actually used common sense to sign somebody good in the summer. Man City, Ryan Cherky. Everybody knows, or everybody with good football eyes knew Man City signing Ryan Cherky, especially for that amount of money, I think it was like 35 mil, was always going to work. Why? Because innately he's a good football player. I even have to include Manchester United in this as well because they hired a manager that didn't fit their system, 3-4-3 and all of that. And I always have conversation with my guy who supports Manchester United, and I always tell him, Manchester United is the most obvious club in which their players are best suited to a 4-2-3-1 formation. They fire Amarim, they hire Carrick, just a competent coach. Nothing special, he just sets them up right. All of a sudden, wins at Arsenal, against Man City, Tottenham, they're winning games. They're in the top 3 now, top 4. They might qualify for the Champions League next season. Why? Because that's just common sense. And the reason why I'm so annoyed and my head is slightly hot is because people in authority, in boardroom level, always want to be smarter and more sophisticated than the average person who watches football. Conor Gallagher, since he's been at Tottenham, has been playing terrible. Shock! Who saw that coming? Garnacho, since he's been at Chelsea, has been terrible. Shock! Who saw that coming? Ryan Cherky, since he's been at Man City, he's been good. He's been refreshing. Shock! Who saw that coming? I'm even throwing Liverpool in this as well. Signing Mo Salah down to a 2-year deal on 400k a week, knowing that the only way from here is down. He was never going to put up numbers from last season, nor was he going to get better. So you signing him to a 2-year deal, and now he's going to leave because he's having a terrible season. Wow, who saw that coming? Then buying top heavy last summer and signing Ekitike and Isak, knowing that they have defensive deficiencies in midfield and in defense. You sell Luis Diaz, you don't replace him. You have Cody Gakpo stinking the place out week in, week out. They actually thought Ryan Gravenberch played defensive midfield last season. Oh, maybe lightning might strike twice. That's not how it works. And me even saying why didn't they prioritize the defense when they only have Konate and Van Dijk is not even me speaking in hindsight. My boys can vouch for me. Whenever I used to talk about Liverpool last summer in the transfer market, I'm like, bro, the most obvious positions they should prioritize is CDM and defense. Now they might say they tried for Guehi. Crystal Palace just didn't want to sell him on the last day when they had 2-3 months to get him in. Again, you might be saying, gee, why do you care about what Tottenham are doing or Manchester United, Man City? Sorry, I'm a football guy. But I'm just annoyed and tired of the prevailing attitudes by people in boardroom who are just people with bad football opinions. The difference between them and us is that they are just in a position where they can make the final say in making poor football decisions, in buying below par rubbish football players. I think Conor Gallagher is a good player. I think Alejandro Garnacho is a good player. Are they? Until I take my last breath on this earth, I will always live by this mantra. Football is a simple sport complicated by idiots.